Port Vale, a team that I say, familiar with. You played a couple of games for them back in 2018. How was that loan spell for you?
Yeah, it was a bit of a strange one for me. I went there off the back of a really bad hamstring injury. Um, I just came back from recovering from surgery, and yeah, it popped up as an opportunity to play games. It was probably looking back, I was a lot younger then, so I wasn't as wise. But I maybe shouldn't have gone there at the time where I was at with my fitness and stuff. It was probably way too soon, um, and it proved to be that way of my fitness levels and stuff. So yeah, it was a brief stint, um, but yeah, that's all I can really say really.
No, no, that's fine. Mark and yourself have obviously mentioned, it was a stern halftime team talk. What was said? What was his message?
Um, well, mainly just to make things happen and put it on them. As I said before, I said it was a lot of possession football with no purpose. We caused them no problems. I can't recall us having any shots really in the first half. None that the keeper had to save anyway. And yeah, he just said um, basically it's a little bit of common sense in terms of just mixing up the game and playing a direct route, not in terms of lumping it, but in terms of playing longer passes to give them more to deal with and cause them more problems and be less predictable. Um, which I feel like we definitely were in the first half. We were very, very predictable, very, very easy to press. They were quite comfortable, especially after they got their goal quite early on. Um, so yeah, in at half time, we literally said we need to give them something to think about. We need to mix up our game, and yeah, I feel like we did that in the second half.
And you mentioned, didn't you, the importance that every point is going to make now. Um, you know, how massive is these next games over the next course of the next month?
Yeah, they're huge. You know, it's it's never really nice when you get to this stage of the season and you still have to kind of, you know, fight for every single point to stay in a division. I guess it's a lot easier and it's a different kind of feeling when you're fighting for every point to maybe push for promotion or push for playoffs, or if you're in mid table and you're kind of safe, you can kind of take your foot off a little bit and kind of just enjoy it. So yeah, it's a different feeling, but it's a challenge that I'm sure for the boys that haven't been in this position before, it'll be valuable experience, um, especially if or when we achieve our goal of maintaining our League One status.
What do you expect from Port Vale tomorrow then? A team sort of in and around the similar sort of area that you are.
Um, well, I had their manager at Walsall, Daryl Clark, um, and he sets his teams up well. He's always very organised. Um, yeah, in terms of picking up loose balls in midfield, his teams are always on you like a rash. They don't really give you much time and respect um, for you to play your stuff and dominate the ball. He likes his teams to get after you and get into your face. So yeah, I feel like that's got to be expected from his Port Vale side. Um, but then obviously it's down to us to kind of counteract that and do what we can do and perform at a high level to kind of get over the line and score some goals and hopefully get the 3 points.
And I know that often you guys will tell us that you don't look at the league table, you don't really worry yourself about results around you. Is it now the point of the season and the situation with the league and everything that you do start paying attention to what's going on around you and some of those other results elsewhere?
Naturally, yeah, you kind of can't really avoid it. It's gonna get discussed um, one way or another. Um, I wouldn't say that I look directly, but you always hear whispers after the games have been played and who's got results, who hasn't got results. But I feel like, yeah, still even at this stage in the season, it's just important to deal with what we can control, which is obviously our games and our performances and results. Yeah, if we win the games that we need to win, which is preferably would be all of them. Obviously, football doesn't always work out like that, but yeah, we can only control what we can, and we just got to win as many games as we can and just see where we end up.